So imagine this. A person has the entire earth, but it's still not enough. What makes someone look up at the sky and want to claim the moon or Mars? If tomorrow morning every human dies and only two people were left on this planet, like imagine this, like two people only in this planet are still alive, they'd still end up killing each other. And Earth has enough for our needs, but never enough for our greed. Psychologists have a name for this. They call it the hedonic tremble. It means that humans just can't be satisfied mentally, no matter what they own. The philosopher René Girard explained that through something called mimic desire. It's a concept that basically we don't fight because we actually like resources. We fight because we copy each other. Desire. We envy what someone else has just because it is in their hands. Inside every one of us, there is a difference, layers of the self, because there is not one self, there is many self in us. Sometimes that thin line separating a human from an ape completely vanish. You cannot make a difference between a human and an animal sometimes, and you honestly can't tell who is the human and who is the ape. There is a hidden wisdom behind inequality in this universe, and if you stop the reflects, life will show it to you. The world is a constant mix of love and war, conflict and harmony. Conflict is a core part of existence, and it's a massive topic in biology. The philosopher Thomas Hobbes, I think, is I'm not sure is that it's Thomas Hobbes. I think, yeah, it's Thomas Hobbes wrote in his book, and I remember this book. It was an interesting book. If you like, biology and stuff like that, you can check it. And the book called Leviathan. I don't know, I'm not sure. I will leave the name here of the book, and also a photo of the book, maybe here. Yeah. So without moral boundaries or a higher authority, human life in its original natural state is wild, brutal, and short. To put it simply, and to put it more clearly for you, it in a quote, maybe in a phrase, and make it so obvious that you can understand it. That man is a wolf. Man is a wolf to his fellow man. The roots of all these conflicts start with the ego, the big I, the I that a person have. The ego is the nesting ground for hardest jealousy, envy, and pure arrogance. It's where the malice in our chest come from. When Iblis, or we can say Satan, has different religion with Iblis, Satan, and other stuff, disobeyed God or Allah, his excuse was, I'm better than him. And in Arabic, أنا خير منهم. أنا خير منهم. And in English, I am better than him. Focus on I. I am better than him. So that single word, I, is the core of all evil. When you say I, all evil behind I is incredible. Not incredible as in a good way, but incredible in a bad way. It's a thing that not a lot of human can control. Not a lot of human can control this evil. But in heaven, the secret to everlasting happiness is completely removing the sickness inside us. The And as the Quran says, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِم مِّنْ غِلٍّ إِخْوَانًا عَلَى سُرَرٍ مُتَقَابِلِينَ. And in English, translated is, and we shall remove from their hearts any deep feeling of bitterness. They will be brothers facing each other on thrones. This bitterness is the center of all misery. It's a hard concept to understand. Not everyone can understand this concept, but I'm trying my best to make you close to it. And also, there is an old saying where Prophet David asked God, oh Lord, how do I reach you? And the answer was clear. Leave yourself behind and come. Because I know, like, stuff of, like, most of Americans, I have this idea, I have to be better, I have to make more money, I have to be successful, and all the stuff, all the the internet thing that give you motivation. Oh, you have to do that. Look at Jeff Bezos, look at Mike Tyson, look at this person, look at this person. They're all successful because they do the same stuff. They do this, they do this, they do this. And for me, for my humble opinion, yeah, you can be successful. And these people, yeah, they have their own way to be successful. Doesn't mean you have to follow them. It doesn't mean to be arrogant. It doesn't mean to be better than everyone in this earth to be successful or to be good in this life. Everybody in this earth have their goals. Some people just trying to be a good person. Some people some men's trying to be a good man. Some women's trying to be a good wife, or some husband trying to be a good husband. And so how do we fight this low ego? How can we fight it? So we fight it with a higher ego. The reproaching soul, as they say in Arabic, النفس اللوامة. So النفس اللوامة, we say the reproaching soul, that's the like blame you every day for the stuff that you do in your life that act just like a conscious, correcting us until we reach the peaceful soul. Some people will confuse me, and I understand that, because they will not see the concept as I'm trying to explain for you, because it's very, very, very hard to explain this concept for other people, and especially if people have different religion or different mindset. But what I'm trying to say here is just try to understand it. Just try to feel it. Don't lock yourself in a room and say, "Oh, I don't like this, and I don't want to see this vision this way. That's this person telling me. I don't want to hear anything about this." Just listen, and maybe it can help you. Maybe it can make you understand life better. Because everything in this life is connected. Like, this is exactly what Sigmund Freud talk about in his famous 3 parts model. He said the ID, the ego, and the super ego. So the evil commanding soul. So that means in Arabic, النفس الأمارة بالسوء, like the evil commanding soul, basically is basically the wild. And checking the ID, the lowest part of the self that drives jealousy, suspicion. Whenever the watchdog of the superego falls asleep, there is no such thing as absolute equality in nature. In fact, nature is the ultimate proof of difference and the creation of what science call a domain's hierarchy. I sunk prey on the weak, and the smart outweighing the fool. At the absolute top of this pyramid stand the human being. using the peak of their strength and cunning to rule and controlling the world. Conflict here acts as a nature's storing tool. Too many and too many mouths to feed and too few resources. High demand, low supply. This is where limitless human greed ruins everything. The Earth isn't enough, so we start looking at Mars. Then there is the hunger for power for its own sake. Because power buys you everything: money, money, influence, fame, and control over people's life. And yet, inequality is actually a blessing. Is It's the foundation of discipline within a family, and it is the fuel for motivation in society. If the hardest work got exactly the same reward as the laziest person, all motivation will die and process will completely stop. Just look at the monkey communities. If we see the monkeys, if you watch maybe monkeys, the male fight for leadership using screaming, chaos, physical strength, and tricks. The animal scientist Franz Wall tracked this perfectly in his book. It's called maybe I will leave it here. No, here. I will leave it here. It's called the chimpanzee politics. He proved that alliances, political backstabbing, and overthrowing leaders among leaders among apes look exactly like human politics games. Basic tools haven't changed. Cops in developing nation are run the exact same primitive way. Media noise replaced the wide screaming, and tanks attacking places replace physical fits. Directors like Hitler, Stalin, Idi Amin, um, and Picasso were basically great apes who completely lost that thin line separating humans from animals. Modern science didn't change our primitive motives. It just gave the human ape nuclear claws and electronic teeth. This brings us to the philosophical warning of Martin Heidegger about the danger of technology when it becomes a domain frame, what he calls inframing that rewrite human nature under his frame. Evil becomes smart, organized, and damage multiplies a million times over. Science is a double-edged sword. It multiplies the goodness of a kind person and multiplies the evil of a wicked person. True evil, in the end, comes from deep ignorance. Not everyone who goes to school or work in science is truly wise. The true scientist, the true wise person is the one who acknowledges, bring out mercy and kindness. Because at the end of the day, real strength lies in goodness, and the true strong person is the kind person.